a Meta safety and security engineer made what she called a rookie mistake in an AI agent project. She watched her entire inbox begin deleting itself. Every email, gone. That's the AI agent era in one sentence. In today's video, we're going to find out exactly how the age of AI agents actually arrived. Not the keynote version, but the version where CEOs abandon their families, open source lobster mascots go viral, and a research paper's title is literally Agent of Chaos. This is Runtime. Boris Cherny was a 34-year-old Instagram tech lead living in rural Japan, biking to farmers' markets and making miso with his neighbors. Then he saw what Anthropic was building and moved back to San Francisco. The first thing he did with their early coding tool was attempt a pull request. It was not a good PR, but it was enough to prove that higher-level coding tasks could be automated. What Cherny and his team built became Claude Code. Anthropic previewed it in February 2025 and launched in May. OpenAI and Microsoft had been selling coding tools since 2021, but those required careful supervision. They were autocomplete with a better wardrobe. Claude Code was different. It understood architecture, solved problems autonomously, and the team kept updating it through the summer. The real inflection point was November 2025, when Anthropic shipped Opus 4.5. Longer runtime, better problem solving, the ability to spin up and manage entire teams of subagents, each working a different part of a code base simultaneously. Anthropic's own take-home exam for engineering candidates, Opus 4.5 scored higher than any human ever had. The Claude Code team thought it was an incremental update. The internet did not agree. Garry Tan, CEO of Y Combinator, announced he was coding at roughly 4 million lines a year, about 90 times his best output as an engineer in 2013. He later revised that figure upward to the equivalent of 408 Garrys. Ryan Peterson, CEO of Flexport, started spending less time on the global supply chain crisis in the Strait of Hormuz and more time watching agents work. His actual words: "The geopolitical emergency was an unwelcome distraction." Boris Cherny, the man who built the thing, had dozens, sometimes hundreds, of agents running 8 to 12 hours at a time. "It's like I have a jetpack," he said. "I can't stop thinking about it." Meanwhile, Peter Steinberger, a 39-year-old who'd sold his company, done ayahuasca, and moved countries trying to find a reason to get out of bed, discovered the Claude Code beta in April 2025 and immediately had trouble sleeping. Claude Code still required a command line terminal. If the agent hit a snag while you were out, you were stuck. Steinberger wanted an agent you could reach through WhatsApp, so he built one using Codex. A few hours of tinkering. He called it Claude, gave it a lobster mascot, and dropped it on GitHub as open source. Uptake was slow at first. Then Steinberger introduced the agent to a public Discord. Within 2 weeks, the repository had over 100,000 GitHub stars. By early May, it was at 366,000, the most starred open source project in GitHub's history. Viewed on a chart, the trajectory looks like a rocket launch, one stark vertical line. Anthropic objected to the name Claude being too close to their own brand, which is how the lobster got renamed OpenClaw. The lobster remained. Give OpenClaw access to your data, your apps, and your credit card, and it scours your cloud and ventures onto the web autonomously. 1 minute, it's tracking FedEx deliveries from your email. The next minute, it's rewriting your codebase while you sleep. On a trip to Morocco, Steinberger accidentally sent it a voice memo instead of a text. He hadn't built audio support. The agent decoded the audio file on its own, understood it, and replied. His words: "Holy hell." Here's where the story earns its genre. In February, 20 AI researchers published a paper on OpenClaw. The title was not subtle. They called it an agent of chaos. Observed behaviors, unauthorized compliance with people who weren't the owner, disclosure of sensitive information, execution of destructive system-level actions. That meta-engineer who deleted her inbox wasn't an edge case. She was the expected outcome if you made a single mistake. OpenClaw isn't easy to set up, and it is genuinely not for anyone without a high tolerance for risk. But here's what the chaos narrative leaves out. The same properties that make OpenClaw dangerous are what make it actually useful. Every previous attempt at AI productivity tools kept the model behind a guardrail, supervised, limited. What Steinberger built removes the guardrail and hands the model the keys. That is terrifying And it is also why, within weeks, a former Facebook executive had named his personal agent after a Sausalito philosopher and was using it to run his VC firm. Jensen Huang spent over 10 minutes on it at NVIDIA's GTC keynote. Dave Morin is telling people it's the Linux of AI and that it will reach 6 billion people. Those comparisons might be wrong, but the directional bet that people want agents that actually do things instead of suggest things, that bet looks correct. We are at the exact moment the 1980s PC revolution felt like from inside, when the hackers were building and everyone else hadn't caught up yet. The difference is that this time, the machines are building too. The people who go all in on this will look prescient or reckless, and we probably won't know which for a few years. What we do know, a guy made a lobster mascot, posted one line of install code, and accidentally summoned the future. This has been Runtime. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.